2 Corinthians 10:5 says, and we are taking every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. Why? Because I want to stay close to Him, because I will find my peace with Him, not in any circumstances I'm in. I'll experience God's peace, His amazing peace, when I surrender to Him, when I submit to Him and learn from Him. And then when I do this other thing, and that's when I strive to be a peacemaker. God's purpose for you and me is not for we just be happy with Jesus until heaven comes. He wants us to be close to Him, and He wants us to be active and engaged in the world around us. God has purposes for you and me that go way beyond our just personal peace and happiness. Matthew 5:9, Jesus said, God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God. There's something about this peace that we experience with Him that He wants us to take and invest it in the world around us, in our church, in our community, and all around. He doesn't want us to live these kind of passive lives, but He wants us to be deliberate and active. Some of you know how hard this is. You've had time with family over the summer. You've been visiting, or they've come in with you, and your family, you wouldn't describe it as a peaceful group. There's some of you that I'm going to do whatever I can just to keep the peace for a week. Well, we're not going to deal with anything that's hard. We sure don't want to step on any of those landmines. We're just going to suck it up and try to get through. Some of you are in workplaces where if you were to actually speak some things that were true, it would be so disruptive that you would be looking for a new job. Or the business could go out of business. Remember, peace doesn't come from avoiding what's true. Peace comes from dealing with truth as it is, but trying to be a peacemaker in the midst of it. I'll see if I can explain that. It's never just going along to get along. It's not just this passive, we're just going to be best friends and we'll just ignore the hard stuff. Sometimes pursuing peace doesn't make us popular. It definitely doesn't make us comfortable. It means speaking the truth in love, because the one we represent, the one who is our peace, leads us in the circumstances where there is no peace, and hoping that we can help broker some of that. James 3 says this. He says, but the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure. It is also peace-loving, gentle at all times and willing to yield to others. It's full of mercy and good deeds. It shows no partiality and is always sincere. And those who are peacemakers will plant seeds of peace and reap a harvest of goodness. You and I have been called to be God's representatives. We stay close to Jesus, and whatever environment we're in, a home, neighborhood, school, work, whatever it is, we want to be peacemakers, but we are also going to be truth tellers in love. Sometimes that's going to be disruptive. Sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable. So it's not peace at any price. It's not ignoring problems. It's saying, I want to come in as Jesus' representative. I want to help. And I want to do it in a God-honoring way. I'm not going to pretend that things are better than they are. I'm not going to be blind to trouble. I'm going to step into the mess and see if I can help. That's what Jesus did.